Now, summary completion. To understand this, we need to first know what is summary. So summary is brief statement or restatement of main points, especially as a conclusion to work. So it is a statement or restatement of main points, especially as a conclusion to work. So there's nothing new in here that needs to be taught. You already know. You can say just summary is something like of a conclusion. Summary is a conclusion or a gist of a passage. So summary questions will therefore be the gist or crux of the passage in the whole or part. Self-explanatory. There shall be more details in the passage, while the questions will include only the main points. So obviously there will be many distractors for you in the passage than the actual before or after the actual distractors. What I'm writing while speaking, I'm sorry guys. So there'll be many distractors in your passage before and right after the actual answer, and you must look out for those. So the level of paraphrasing goes up in these type of questions, summary completion questions, and you should be aware of that the level of paraphrasing goes up. Now there are two types of questions in summary completion. There is something known as type 1 and type 2. So type 1 is basically a simple form of summary completion. You have to choose the correct word from the text. The words will be found together and sometimes within a sentence. So that is summary completion for your normal choosing and finding the answer from the text. But in type 2, you choose the correct word from a pre-selected list. The words might be different from the ones in the passage. So the words might be different from the ones in the passage. Here there will be more number of options. There'll be more options than the number of blanks. So again, they'll give you many options, but only 5 blanks. So it means if they have given you, for example, 7 pre-selected words that could be paraphrased, high possibility paraphrased, then out of those 7 questions, only 5 will be correct. So you have to look out for those 5. For example, Megha dash in Delhi. So this is your question. Now, in the text it is written that Megha lives in Delhi. So, in the pre-selected word, this is example of type 2 type questions. So, Megha lives in Delhi is written in the text. The question asks Megha dash in Delhi, and the options would be given is option A resides or option B works. So here you can see that lives is paraphrased as resides. So the correct option is option number A. We will find the answer from the passage, but we will write the answer from the options. So we found the answer from the passage, but we will write the answer from the options. So in the blank 2, you'll not be given, you'll not be going to write resides, just the option. So I would not be going to write resides, or I would not be going to write A resides, and then resides. No, that is wrong. I won't be going to write resides normally. That is also wrong. So in the blank, I'm not going to write reside, just the option number, that is A. Simple A. Correct answer is A. So using it is writing in these patterns is wrong. When they say in instruction, they say complete summary using the list of words from A to I below, then you have to write the alphabet only. So therefore it becomes very important to read the instruction as well. Otherwise you might have a right answer up in your hands, but you'll lose marks because you didn't read the instruction. Now there is a tip for solving type 2 type questions. So that is read the questions. Okay, I have read the question and try to guess or figure out or predict which option suits the best. Try to figure out using grammar. So it should not be just that you have predicted an answer, but grammatically it's wrong. So look out for plural wordings, look out for singular wordings. If singular, if there is R written in a statement, then the answer would be in plural form, and S will always be there in the answer. Look out for the tenses. So by grammar also the answer can be helped out or found out. Now tip for type 1 question is, type 1 types are like sentence completion. As I have said that these are simple form of summary completions only. But here they try to give you keywords here and there. So read the question carefully. So this is like a normal sentence completion type question, and the keywords will be mentioned in the text. So you have to read the text carefully. Now there are some instructions given here. Read the instructions carefully. Okay. Taking particular note of the word limit for your answers. So this is specifically true for type 1 type question where you will not be given any pre-selected list of options. So you'll have to write the answer. So you should have the word limit in your knowledge. Read the questions carefully and try to understand what is that is asked. Once you have done that, underline the keywords in the question and also think about possible synonyms for them. Predict the answer correctly. Predict the correct answer. Try and predict the answer. So underline keywords, look for paraphrasing and try and predict the answer. Don't worry if they are unfamiliar words. If they also appear in the text, you may be able to work them out in context. Try to work them out in context. If you have come across a word that you have never heard in life and it is present there, try to work out the keywords. Skim and scan, read the text. So this is skim and scan. Basically they have written the wrong word for it. Skim and scan, read the text, be alert for keywords and synonyms you identified. Go back and reread the question once. Go back and read the question one more time and then scan the first paragraph, maybe the second as well, until you find the location of your answer. Then read in detail to find exact words or words you need to answer the question. Once you have found the answer, check if it's the statements grammatically and does not exceed the word limits, and repeat this process for each answer. So first we'll look at the instructions. Read the instruction carefully, read the question carefully and understand the question. Underline the keywords. Think about the paraphrased words or sentences. Predict the answer. And then skim and scan the text. And check that it fits grammatically to your sentence or not. So this is the instruction. Read the instruction, read the question, understand the question, underline keywords, look for paraphrase keywords, try and predict the answer, skim and scan the text for the answer, and look that the answer fits the concept of the question and whether it's grammatically correct as per the word limit or not. So this is the basic strategy you need to follow. Strategy, if you want you can take screenshot. Then another tip is that the question will follow the order of text. It means if first question is answered in first paragraph, the next question will be in the next paragraph. So these are few question types that you can solve on the basis of what you have just learned. So let's practice these exercise questions. Okay, as per our what we have always learned throughout these lectures, this is a type 2 kind of question. Why? Because there is already options given here. Okay, so there are, let's see how many blanks is there. There are total number of 6 blanks and there is total number of how many? 4 3s are 12 answers given. So out of these 6 are not even the correct answers, and those are given just to distract you and get you out of the game. So you'll have to be very vigilant. Now this is our question. Here no instruction is given because it's a practice question. So no options is also given. You just have to write it, the answer as it is, the correct answer as it is. So this is a 2 paragraph question and this is the summary part. Okay, and you'll have to write the correct answers. So my first tip always is to read the instruction. There's no instruction given here, so we'll read the question and try and predict the answer. That is what we have learned here. To read the question, underline the keywords, paraphrase, look for paraphrase wordings, try and predict the answer. So let's read the question. The first time that an dash of air rage was recorded was in the 1940s. So the first time that and let's look at the example also. Dash of air rage, something related to air rage was recorded was in the 1940s. So I'll underline the keywords here only. What it is saying, the first time that now an is given. So whatever word here whatever word that will come here would be a vowel. That is my first tip. Of air rage was recorded was in the was, so past tense is used, was in the 1940s. So directly I'll look in the text for 1940s wherever it would be written. But the passenger was never, so but the passenger, but condition is given, passenger, okay, another keyword, was never actually charged of an offense because there were no clear rules in place to specify where to prosecute. Okay, so the first time, this is related to some sort of offense, some sort of crime that took place, especially in the 1940s. So I'm looking at the word, I think it would be incident. The first time that an incident, this would be the first answer. This is my prediction. The first time that an incident of air rage was recorded, because I don't see. Let's first see how many words would fit in the vowel category. So A, E, I, O, U. Okay, E is there, I is there, O is there, again I, and then no. So the first time and dash and establish of air doesn't make sense. Okay, the first time that an increase of air rage was recorded doesn't make sense, grammatically wrong. The first time that an occurring of air rage was recorded doesn't make sense. The first time that an injury of air rage was recorded was in the 1940s. Okay, so this can also be given. This is also a correct answer I could guess. So my thinking is between these two, but I find this more appropriate. For now, we'll obviously read the text also, so no need to worry. Moving on. It was later dash that it would be the country where the plane is registered. It was later dash that it would be the country. Okay, so country is my keyword. Where the plane is registered is my keyword. Major keywords. So it was later, I think identified is should be the word, but let's see. It was later predicted could be there. It was later found could be there. Okay, so it was later predicted that it would be the country where the plane is registered, or it was later found that it would be the country where the plane is registered. Okay, these are the two predictable answers I could figure out. Air rage has dash significantly since. So this is without no brainer, the answer is increased. Air rage has increased significantly since this time, growing by a staggering 400% from 1995 to 1998. Air rage is dash to be a major problem considered. Air rage is dash to be a major problem in future. Okay, so they are saying that in future they think of it. So again, predicted would be the word. Air rage is predicted to be a major problem in the future as air travel increases, as do level of aggression. I think it is predicted to be a major problem in future as air travel increases, so do the levels of aggression. An angry dash can put everyone in danger. An angry traveler can put everyone in danger, including the pilots, the crew, and the other passengers, with some form of dash being the most common consequence, with some form of violence. Let's look up for the answers now. So the first time that a dash of air rage was recorded in the 1940s, but the passenger was never actually charged of an offence because there were no clear rules in place to specify where to prosecute. So 1940s. Okay. 1947. I found my keyword here. So the first recorded case, first time it was recorded, an airline passenger turning seriously violent during a flight, a phenomenon now widely known as air rage, happened in 1947 on a flight from Havana to Miami. Okay, so the first recorded case. Okay, a drunk man assaulted another passenger and bit a flight attendant. However, the man escaped punishment because it was not clear then under whose legal control a crime committed on a plane was, the country where the plane was registered or the country where the crime was committed. So the answer is, as we have predicted, the answer is incident. So I'm going to write here in capital letters, incident of air rage. And can you look at the paraphrasing, the first recorded case, the first time that an incident. So case is written here as incident. Airline passenger. So you can yourself look for the paraphrasings here, synonyms. It was later dash that it would be the country where the plane is registered. So this line we have already. So in 1963 at Tokyo Convention, it was decided that the laws of the country where the plane is registered to be take the precedence. So it was decided. What is the word that is similar to decided? It was established. Very good. So the answer is established. Air rage has dashed significantly since the time, growing by a staggering 400% from 1995 to 1998. 1995 to 1998. 400% 1995. ठीक है. So the frequency of air rage has expanded out of proportion to the growth of air travel. Until recently, few statistics were gathered about air rage, where those has been indicated passengers were increasingly likely to cause trouble or engage in violent acts. For example, in 1983, there were 226 air rage incidents out of approximately 4 million passengers, a 400 increase. Here is your answer from 1995. So answer number 3 is increase. That is correct. Air rage has increased. You yourself look for the synonyms, right? Okay. Air rage is dashed to be a major problem in the future. As air travel increase, so do the level of. Here it is. Air travel is predicted to rise by 5% internationally by 2010, leading to increasing airport congestion. This would mean flying in public's increased aggression means that air rage may become a major issue in coming years. So obviously the answer is predicted, as we guessed. This is answer number 4. Air rage is predicted to be a major problem. An angry dash. An angry traveler, we predicted. 5th one is, let's see. Where we can find the keywords. I can find injury of pilots or the intruder taking control of the plane, almost resulting in clashes. Passengers, okay. The most extreme of these is when out of control passengers, and we cannot find the word passenger anywhere, but we can find the word traveler, that is synonym to passenger. And you can read the whole line. Answer is traveler. With some form of violence, or let's look at the word. These extreme examples and cases of air rage commonly result in physical assaults on fellow passengers and crew, such as throwing object, punching, stabbing, scalding with hot coffee. So assaults is given. Can you find the word assaults? No, but I can find the word violence in the form of physical violence. Assault, I cannot find the word assault here. So the answer is violence. So this is how you solve your questions. I never read the paragraph beforehand because I also want to solve it like a student, and I go exactly in that way. So you have, I think by now you might be well aware of the